Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at from Unit 2 for a key question 2025 from that unit is reasons to become an entrepreneur. Reasons to become an entrepreneur, I should say, of course. And the reason, remember, we're looking at this is because it has ABQ potential, having come up in, I think, 2019 it was. It says 2018, but that should say 2019. So that's why we're looking at it. So that's why it's important. It could potentially feature as a short question, but more likely to be as part of question 5 in the long question. So that's the first question in part B, which is usually a question on unit 2/3. But what might happen this year is because they're using part of unit 2 for the ABQ, all of question 5 might be on unit 3. So, but you just need to know all of unit 2 because, you know, let's say that they do keep with a traditional format where they split it question 5, so they're using 2 parts of the unit for 2 separate questions, ABQ and that. So, you know, there's only 3 things in the whole unit really, so I wouldn't skip any of it, just know it all well. This is easy, so remember, like I said in the last video, let the text guide you a little bit on this. So if you think it's suggesting a particular benefit or reason for this, you know, the entrepreneur, the person in the story becoming or setting up a business, just go with that and add it in as an additional point. It is, of course, as always, good to try and work in keywords to your answers as possible. Sometimes it can be more difficult than something really straightforward like this. So let's have a look at our keyword grid then. So if we're on page 127, and you'll see as we work our way through these that it's kind of, the question was like, what are the benefits of becoming an entrepreneur? That was in 2019. But it's really more what are the reasons, because they're not just benefits really. So if we're looking here, these are kind of, and what we're looking at here is kind of the standard ones, and these are the ones that you should be looking out for to start off with, and then looking for additional things from the text, right? So freedom to do new things is the first reason or first benefit of becoming an entrepreneur. There is no job description for the entrepreneur is what you want to mention. So job description is something that you encounter from Unit 4. So it is, I suppose, keywords of sorts, and they're not under direction of a manager. There's 2 sentences of development. Entrepreneur can earn more income. So an employee earns a wage or commission, whilst an entrepreneur gets to keep the profits. So you want to make that clear. So you're sort of showing a little bit of knowledge about financial rewards in there. So we are working in our business knowledge. So an employer, or employee I should say, earns a wage or commission, whilst an entrepreneur can keep the profits. And as the business grows, the earning potential grows. Second point. So an employee earns a wage or commission, whilst an entrepreneur gets to keep the profits. Third reason is to be their own boss. An entrepreneur is self-directed and that they have control over all the decisions of the business. So you can see how freedom to do new things reads like a benefit, earn more income reads like a benefit, be their own boss, that's a benefit. But becoming an entrepreneur because they're seeing a gap in the market, that's a reason, but not necessarily a benefit, is it? So this is where it kind of gets a little bit confusing. But yeah, if they see a gap in the market and they're motivated to sell to this gap to earn a profit is another reason. And then one I really like, because you can work in a bit of knowledge here, is the pro-enterprise culture in Ireland helps them or facilitates them, or yeah, just makes it easier for them to become an entrepreneur. And that's one of the reasons why they set up a business. So you can mention your knowledge of LEOs, help businesses with less than 10 employees. They provide grants, for example, to startups, helps to create a culture of enterprise, and they also have mentorship programs in there you could mention as well. So you're basically just mentioning one of those kind of, one of those government bodies that provide assistance to startups and entrepreneurs. So LEOs who provide assistance to less than 10 employees help to create a culture of enterprise by giving grants and offering mentorship services. So with that one, no question there. Practice writing out the grid. If you want practice on it, I would, go and do the question from 2019 is the best one for you to practice. But I'd start off, certainly any question, any ABQ question, starting off with these and looking for evidence of these in the text. But if you think there's something else there, go with it and add it in as an additional point.